I had a couple of people asking about my seed starting setup. So it's not professional by any means whatsoever, but this is what has worked for me the past several years. Again, you don't have to do it the way I do it. This is just what I found to be helpful and profitable as far as growing seedlings. So there are a few things that I've got going on here. Number one, I've got my heat mats right here. I don't know if I can lift it up. I got heat mats on 4 of my shelves. They come in different sizes. I've got some big ones, I've got some narrow ones, but heat mats is one part of my setup. I've got just regular shop lights hanging from chains on 4 of my shelves. Now these chains are adjustable. These will actually needs to be lowered down closer to my seedlings to keep them from getting leggy. So I'll probably do that today just to make sure that they start growing properly. So again, I have the shop lights on adjustable chains, the heat mats. I've also got the reflective survival blanket. Now I have that for 2 reasons. One, it helps to reflect the light, and it also helps to hold that heat in that the heat mats are producing. Also have the thermostats right here. These are Inkbird thermostats. These are a little bit high end, but they're beneficial because once my trays reach 85 degrees, they will shut the heat mats off. Okay, so you see this cord, you find this cord and goes all the way over here, and I've got my little thermometer stick in there that registers the temperature. So once the inside of this reaches 85, the thermostat will shut my heat pads off, which will keep them from burning out essentially. So I've got 2 of those. Again, I've got 4 shelves with stuff on it growing. Another thing that I need to mention is once these covers come off, I will make sure to turn my ceiling fan on in here. I may add another fan just to help with air circulation. When I first started, I had a big issue with mold growing on my seedlings, and I really didn't understand what was going on. I had the lights, I had everything else. Air circulation is a huge factor in mold growth. And so you need to make sure that you've got air circulation wherever your seedlings are at, especially if they're inside. Also my trays. So the way I go about doing this is I've got each of my trays marked. This is a blue one. I'm not sure what the other one is, but I've got, see, this is an orange one. And I also have got little tags in there telling me what I've got. So what I do is I make sure to label all of them in the trays, and I also write down what I've got growing in each tray. Each tray is labeled with a color, and that helps me to keep track of what I've got going on in my trays. There's been too many times where I'm like, I'll remember what I've planted. No, that's a lie. Don't lie to yourself. So I do make sure to write down twice. Again, I label in here, and I'll write down on a piece of paper what is in what row, in what tray. And that just helps me keep straight when I go to transplant into the bigger containers. And so so you'll see these are the ones I started earlier. That tomato plant is getting a little leggy, so I did lower the light down on it. I think that's about it for my setup. It's really simple, very unprofessional, but it has produced many great little seedlings that have survived and have done great outside. So if you have questions, you can message me if I've been unclear on something and you need more explanation. Just message me and I'll try to explain further. I hope this is helpful.